My name is Lyla Mehta. I'm a professorial fellow at the Institute of Development Studies at the University of Sussex. I've been working on power issues in the water sector for a long time, actually, ever since I was a student. And in some ways, I've been doing this for a long, long time, and it just shows me, it's revealed that if you don't really address the power and politics dimension around water, you will never get to the bottom of why people lack access to water. It's a crying shame that we're in the 21st century and we still have women and girls walking for hours for water, their babies dying of water, and why is that happening? And I think some of the work that me and colleagues have been doing is to try and highlight the inherent in this persistence of invisible power and structural violence in the water sector that perpetuates this inequality. And despite all the good intentions, despite all the meetings, actions, decades around water, we still have these problems. So it just shows that there's a lot of naturalization, there's a perpetuation of these inequalities, and they're not really taken seriously. So as an academic, I feel sometimes I'm saying the same things again and again. The need to highlight inequality, injustices, gender injustices, the question of intersectionality, how gender intersects with caste, class, ethnicity to perpetuate these inequalities. The fact that many global powerful players are immune to some of these things, even though they're coming up with indices and programs, somehow they don't seem to care. It doesn't spark outrage, and I think we need to dig deep. It's like layers of an onion. You really need to keep digging to try to understand what is it that we're overlooking. Why is it that we're missing these points about why some groups are constantly muted, why their interests are never heard. So we can talk a little about, for example, women and their suffering around water, certain classes and castes and social groups that are excluded, why that happens. So I think some of that, we need to be very persistent in analyzing these issues, consistently doing a sort of social and power analysis. It's also important to name and shame, to hold powerful actors to account, because you could have very good policies in place that are seeking to enhance access, but at the same time you could also have global corporations. You have Nestle here in Switzerland that claims that it's working for the human right to water, fine, but what is it also doing at the same time? How is it actually violating people's rights to some of its things? Do we really need all that bottled water? Could that money be used for something else? What is it diverting attention from? Do we need these kind of monopolies and privatizations? People are being deprived of water. So I think one needs to really speak truths to power. It's very important to do that. And as donors and as policymakers, NGOs, people who are involved in the practical work, of course they face constraints. There are project cycles, there are targets to be met, there's a hostile public that doesn't want money to be spent on aid, there's pop right-wing sort of tendencies in governments all over. So I think one needs to be aware of what one can do, maybe be a little more modest, maybe try and really tackle the difficult areas, the difficult challenges, because for results and success, we might go to villages that are easier to work in, but maybe then you're really bypassing the poor. The SDGs are great because they highlight universality both in the global north and the south. And to really take that seriously, we really have to address power imbalances globally as well as in local context, because if we don't do that, then I think the SDGs also will fail.